Good evening, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to the historical Marietta Square. This is where I grew up. So why are we shooting here today at Marietta Square? Because today I found out some information that I have always thought was truth, but I found out was a lie. You see, I was told by adults when I was a child that the city of Marietta was named after a father who named he had a daughter named Mary and he had a daughter named Etta. And he combined the two to call this city Marietta. But today, looking at this placard, I found out that it was the Senator Thomas Cobb who named the city of Marietta after his wife. It's a lovely story. But the problem with the story is the fact that I was told a lie as a child, and then as an adult, I passed that lie to my children. So it makes you think for a second. What other lies have I been told that I never did the research on? What other things that were told to me as truth that I never did the research on to find out that it's not necessarily true, or it's not necessarily the whole story? How many things do you think that you've been told to be true, but could also be falsified, or exaggerated, or just a complete lie out of the ignorance of wanting to control you in some form or fashion? You see, there are so many things that we're told, and we're told them because a society before may have destroyed the information. And after 2 generations, that new information becomes true, because we will then forget what was said. After 2 generations, we will forget what was there beforehand. Let me give you an example. You see, the city of Troy existed, but then the city of Troy was destroyed. And for hundreds of years, people believed that it was a myth that it ever existed, until a scientist went back and he followed Homer's Iliad and Odyssey, and he found the city of Troy. It was believed that the Hanging Gardens of Babylon were a myth, until another archaeologist went and they found millions of Sumerian tablets that proved that the city of Babylon actually existed, that the Hanging Gardens actually existed, that the irrigation systems and the canal system that they created actually existed, that this was a city, a society that rivaled, if not was greater than the Egyptian society that we all think so greatly of. Why? Because the pyramids are still there. But even in the history of the Egyptians, we find more and more information every year. Why? Because more research is being done. You see, if you're not doing research about the books you're reading, about the stories you've been told, about the society that you live in, then guess what? Then you can be told anything and can be fooled into anything, because you didn't go back and do the research, because you just accepted what those who are supposedly in authority have told you. You see, it has been accepted that Khufu built the pyramids in Egypt 3,000 years ago. But proof has come about that shows that the pyramids and that the Sphinx is 36,000 plus years old. 36,000, not 306, not 3,600, but 36,000. But that won't work. Why? Because it doesn't fit into the box. It doesn't fit into the box that you've been told about our society, our history, our culture, our world history. It doesn't fit in that box because we have to believe that it all has happened in the last 6,000 years. But if there was a great flood, and multiple societies show that there was a great flood, if there was a great flood, then societies would have been wiped out and covered by miles and miles of dirt and soot. So is it possible that things existed prior to that time? It's not only possible, we know it to be true. We know it to be a fact. But are you going to continue to accept the lies that you've been told? Or are you going to seek truth? You see, I tell you every day that every time I make a video, I tell you that your greatness is non-negotiable. But your greatness can only be non-negotiable when you open yourself up to be revealed to see the truth. When you open yourself up to say that everything that I have learned, I must question those things until I have researched them and found them to be true myself. And not with the blind eye, not with rose-colored lenses, but to do it in earnest, to do it in truth. To be willing to say that I'm going to seek truth regardless of where it leads me. That if I end up going totally against my racial view, totally against my national view, totally against my religious view, then that's where I would rather end up. Because I'd rather be a being of truth than being a being of lies. because you will never see your full greatness until you fully know the truth. So I know that my greatness is non-negotiable. And as I learn new things every day, I now will go and reteach my kids. So the question is your greatness truly non-negotiable? Or does it just sound good? So y'all have a great night. Enjoy yourself. Again, this is historical Marietta Square. I spent a lot of my life here. It's a great place to hang out. Y'all have a great night.